Hey, Mindset fam, it's the girls here back for another fantastic episode of Mindset Talks podcast.
Woo woo.
We are super excited to be back, and for those of you that are listening, we are in the brand new year at this point, and
Oh,
we are just so excited for 2024 and all that it has to bring. But before we get started in any kind of those conversations, make sure you guys don't
yes.
forget to check into us on all of your favorite platforms. Follow us, like, comment, subscribe, do all of the things on our Instagram, our
All of the
Facebook,
things.
and our YouTube.
Yes. All of the things. That sums it right on up.
Yes.
All of the things. You know what that entails, y'all. So don't ask us. You already know.
They should. And if they don't, well, we just told you.
Now you know.
But so before we jump into the new year, we got to
Okay.
talk about how we have ended or how the end of 2023 has been. So,
Okay.
we
Let's talk
haven't
about it.
really talked too much about it like personally off camera.
hmm
So, I want to know, how has your Christmas and holidays been for you this year?
Hmm. Well, I'm just joking.
Oh, I was like, "Uh-oh."
I would say it's been a more festive year for me this year, without a doubt.
Good, good.
Y'all out here, you, my man, be trying to like consider me like a Grinch or something for Christmas, and I don't like that.
Listen,
So
we know you're bah humbug, okay? So
I'm not bah humbug, whatever that is.
wait a minute, you don't
I
know.
know what I know what bah humbug is. Like you're like
Okay.
a Debbie Downer for Christmas. Yeah, pretty much
Scrooge.
is whatever. Okay, yeah, he's a Debbie Downer.
Well, clearly
So
she's not into the holiday spirit if she doesn't know these things. Continue.
y'all, I just know there's more to the holidays than just Christmas. That's all. Anyways,
Mhm.
so this year was a more engaging year, I would say, for myself.
Glad to hear.
Trying to just kind of be more into having family tradition and doing things differently and trying to get away from the past
Mm.
and see a brighter future. So this year, holidays were good. Spent it with a lot of family, both sides of our families. So that was cool. We did go to my aunt's. So as we mentioned before, I was going to my aunt's for Christmas Eve, and she was so excited about some games to play. So
Yeah,
now
I
I
want
finally
to
get to
hear this.
share.
What is
Right.
Aunt Karen got for us?
Oh my gosh. So the first game we played was when you're blindfolded and scoop the bows into a
Oh,
bucket.
that one.
Girl, that game had us in there hollering.
Oh God.
For one, it was hilarious because we're loud,
Yeah.
loud as hell. Like we laugh
Mm.
so loudly.
Mm.
And so my daughter was in there getting scared
Aw.
because it was just sudden loud laughter from all different angles. So she was just like, oh my gosh, like
Mm.
it's like gunshots in here of laughter. But it was so funny just like watching everyone. Unfortunately, we had less family there because
Mm.
one part of the family, their in-laws, had COVID, so they were recently around them, so they didn't want to be around us. And
Yeah.
so we lost a good amount of people, honestly, from them not coming.
Mm.
But so it was a really small group, but we had a blast that game. And it's funny watching it if you're not the first to go. So you kind of just pick up strategy.
Yeah.
So
Is there
the
really
first
strategy to that?
there is, in my opinion.
Mm.
So my man and one of my younger cousins were first to go against each other. And it's
Mhm.
just funny because you're just watching them just like go, and it's like they're swiping areas. There's nothing there. Like,
Yeah.
because it starts off with like so we had a sand bucket, like for the beach, a little sand bucket and
Mhm.
a shovel. That's what she had for us to use.
Okay.
So they're like swiping the counter, the tabletop,
Oh.
because they're trying to scoop and they're not getting anything. So my man, he's like flipping burgers. He's like scooping one at a time. Like he's like one scoop, drop, 2,
Why
scoop,
can I see him
drop.
doing that?
Right, and we're all like, "What is he doing? Like, go faster." My cousin's just, like, scrambling all over the place. His tactic was he was trying to hear where they were because you
Oh,
could hear them, like, sliding on the table.
yeah.
So he was over here listening for them, and we're like, "You're over here like Ray Charles over here, like, what are you doing?"
Yeah.
So, theirs was funny, and then another set of cousins,
But wait, did he win?
so he did win.
He got some? Okay.
He
His
actually
strategy
went
worked.
with this slow ass strategy, right? It worked. And then
Mm,
another set of cousins went and they were just like rambunctious, which was funny.
mm,
And so one of the cousins that won from then ended up going against him. And of course I played against my aunt.
mm.
And her and I are like swiping each other's arms with the
Oh gosh.
shovels and like it was like her and I we are just like all for it. I'm pretty sure we knocked most of the bows onto the floor because we were just
Mhm.
like because it came to the point where you're just like swiping with your whole arm and just trying to swipe them into the bucket.
Oh,
So
cheater.
and I'm smacking the table with a shovel because I'm like, if I smack a
Oh,
bow, there's a
there
bow.
you go.
So I'm smacking the hell of the table. So they're laughing at me because it's just like tap, 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 tap. You know, it's just all over the
Yeah.
place. Just,
Mhm.
oh my gosh. It was so much fun though, because you're blindfolded, you can't see, you hear everybody laughing, and you don't know if they're laughing at you or the other person, and then you're randomly bumping into the other
Mm.
person. Mind you, we're standing on two opposite sides of the table.
Oh
So
god.
when you hit them, you know you're both reaching at that point,
Right.
like just going for it. So
Mm.
it was a good ass time. It was so, so funny. So that was the first
Oh
game she
jeez.
had for us. Right. So, and she just had us play until, there was one final winner.
Mm.
And so there's a second game,
Mm.
which she called, a Karen swap.
Oh
So,
god.
rather than a Yankee swap, right, she was like, "No, no, no, this is a
Of
Karen swap."
course.
So, my aunt, she's unique. So, she provided all the gifts, so it was like a Yankee swap,
Mm.
and she provided all the gifts. So, she originally had us draw numbers before we played the first game, so we just stuck with whatever those numbers were.
Mhm.
So, one cousin goes first, and my aunt said to us that we can either, and it's applied to everyone because she had numerous gifts there.
Yeah.
So you can either keep the gift, exchange with someone else, or you can go back and pick another gift.
Mm.
So my cousin went and picked another gift, and she has it in a gift bag. And so there's a lid to whatever it is. So she takes the lid out, and it's just a circular lid that has like a little furry ball at the top, which
Mm.
was like, that's intriguing. What is that? Right? It's just like, oh, what's in that bag? Because
Yeah.
we're all sitting there looking because she said, you could look at the gift.
Mm.
So I'm like, it was a circular lid. I'm thinking, oh, there must be a candle in there
Mhm.
from the shape of the lid top.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, that shit got a furry bow.
I don't know any candles that come with a furry
Like a
bow.
furry
Yeah.
top. Right. So it's like, I don't know. So my cousin, she looks, so everyone that looks at their gift looks at it inconspicuously so no one else can see.
Mhm.
So she's looking at the gift in the bag and she just busts out laughing.
Oh
Like
god.
hilarious.
Mm.
So she looks at my aunt
Mm.
and then my aunt busts out laughing with her. So the two of them are
Uh-oh.
laughing. I'm like, something ain't right.
Yeah.
Right. And she said, "Oh, I'm keeping this for myself."
Oh.
And they're just cracking up laughing. And I'm like, what the right? So then it gets to my turn and I'm like, I want to know what she has in that bag.
Mm.
Like what's in that bag? But the way the two of them laughed, something wasn't right.
Yeah.
And it ain't sitting with me very well. So I
Oh.
go and pick something else. So, everyone goes through and does their thing.
Mhm.
Long story short, because I can drag it on. I ended up getting a flashlight and some batteries as one of my gifts.
Okay.
So she had
Handy.
all gag
Yeah.
gifts for the most part.
Mm.
Like there was like a Subway gift card in there. Like she had a mix of stuff, but
Mhm.
it seemed like a majority of them shits were gag gifts. So
Gotcha.
I'm like, I wasn't gonna really bring home anything I was really, really wanting, which is fine. It was just for fun.
Yeah.
So like my man, he had like a Sour Patch Kids thing, which that's his favorite candy. So that worked out really well in his favor. I had something else, but I can't remember what the other gift was. But I was like, I tried to get rid of those damn batteries and lights, and I ended up getting that shit back somehow. And I'm like, I thought I got rid of that. But the thing that was in my cousin's bag
Yeah.
was a rectangular photo with two pictures of my aunt in it. That's all it was. It was just a picture with two side by side pictures of my aunt, just cheesing and posing.
What?
That's the most random
Wait, where
thing.
did the fuzzy top come into play?
So she had a container
Mhm.
that had the fuzzy top. Her pictures were in the container.
Oh. So it wasn't
So
even like
you
a
thought you're gonna get something good until you just pull out this like rectangular piece of photo
yeah.
that has two pictures of my aunt on it. We all died
No
laughing
wonder why
because
they were
no
laughing.
one was, yeah, but if you seen the way they laughed, it was like they couldn't stop laughing. And I'm like, I want to know what's in there, but I don't want to get stuck whatever the hell that gift
Are you
is.
glad you didn't
Because
swap with it?
oh my god. Well, I mean, and so I said that, so I'm like, "Oh, I'm glad I picked that." My aunt's like, "Oh, what's wrong with having pictures of me?" And I'm like, "Oh, well, I already have nice pictures of you."
Right, right.
Like, I'm gonna just
Mm,
smooth that one over. But so it was just like super simple, but it's just like drinking wine. And it was unfortunately I felt bad for my man because part of the family that came, my cousin, he was a
mhm,
guy. So
mm.
my man was like one of the only few guys there
Aw,
because the other guys are in the living room just silently watching football, like literally silently. Like I don't even
gosh,
think the volume was on the TV. So it was
weird.
like, yeah. And he was just like, I'm not one to really hang out with women. He's like, because I don't get down like that.
Mm.
But I also don't want to sit in a room and silently watch a football game where no one who's talking.
Yeah, that's mad weird.
Yeah, so, I mean, so he was like it was fun though, so, we didn't make him feel all weird or anything,
Mhm.
so he was hanging with us, but he had a good time, and he
Perfect.
ended up getting his favorite candy, so it was actually a win-win
Alright.
because my uncle didn't wanna play and my aunt's
Um,
husband didn't wanna play, so it was just like, "Oh, you guys
of
suck."
course, right. Oh, well, kudos to
Yeah.
him for playing.
Right, right, he's all about, like, family activities and games and stuff like
Mhm.
that, so he was ready, so
Good.
but no, it was pretty cool, and we ended up doing, games at his family's house also the next
Oh,
day.
jeez.
We had the reindeer game where you put the cups on your hands and you have to pick up cotton balls and put them into another
Oh,
cup.
that doesn't
I
seem
won.
oh, well, kudos to you. I'm like, it sounds kind of hard, but, like, it doesn't at the same time, so
It is and isn't. It's all about technique. So for those
yeah.
of you who ever want to ever play that game or play anything similar, so the trick is really to just grab stuff with the bottoms of your
Right, yeah,
cups.
and squeeze it.
So pretty
Mhm,
much just put your fists together and grab things.
mhm,
But because of them being cotton balls, I also took my cupped fist, I think is the best way to put it, and push it into my main cup. So that way the cotton balls will compress
mm,
and that way I can get more and more in there. Because my man definitely thought he had me on that game where we all know I'm competitive, y'all. I don't care.
mhm.
And
We all know you like to beat the children.
that's the thing, like, why kids gotta be marked as safe? Like, if you play in a game, everybody can't be a winner, and that's what's wrong today's generation. Everybody wants to be a winner. You can't be a winner. Someone has to be a winner, and others have to be losers. Like, that's what it is. I've had my turns. It's also my turn to win, so that's what it comes down to. So
Yeah.
I won.
Well,
Um,
that just
you know,
proves my point, but, continue.
but hey, so there were adults in the game,
Mm,
and it was fair. So
mm.
yes. So I won that one. The second one I didn't win. It was fricking using a straw to
Mhm.
suck up pieces of popcorn and put them into a cup.
Oh gosh, that sounds hard.
So again, who plays a game without competitive spirit, right? Like that's just
Oh
what you
gosh, what
do.
did you do?
So I'm going, well, for one, I lost, which is fine. But I'm like nervous because you have those little small pieces of popcorn, those little tiny kernels. I don't want to suck that shit up in the straw and it catch me in the back of my throat and I start choking.
Well, you should know what you're sucking up.
Right, but sometimes you might catch a little piece before you get to the bigger piece, like because it's just popcorn on a table, like it's
Mhm.
just spread out.
Oh,
It's not like it's organized or in a bowl or something.
yeah.
So it was a little risky. So I was going in as like quickly but as safely as I could, and then my man's like, it's just a game, right? And I was like, well, what the fuck am I playing for? I thought I was like playing to win. Like I'm not playing to win a
Mm,
gift. I just wanted to be competitive and give everyone a challenge. So then at that point I stopped.
mm.
And then he was like, "You're not playing the game?" And I'm like, "Well, damn it. Like, you're over here judging me on the sidelines. You're not even playing." Once he seen there was a straw and popcorn involved, he's like, "Yeah, I'm not doing that."
Oh, of course. Men.
Right, right. And I'm like, "But it's okay for me to play, huh? Uh-huh. I see. I see exactly what this
That's
is."
such a man thing, like, first
It
of all,
is,
you're
yo.
well, whatever.
I'm not drinking out no straw. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Yo, guys be having me so weak it's sickening, but
Mm, interesting.
yeah, so that otherwise we've had good time. We had good food. We had great quality time. I got to hang out with my sister and the kids. Like, we all got to mix and mingle. For her gift, I did a photo album of
Oh.
the baby
Mhm.
and her. So I did a mix of like pictures of my sister and the baby, my sister and her kids, or her kids and the baby. So a nice mix
Mhm.
of pictures of all the little people that she loves, we like to call it.
Yeah.
And so it was like a super nice sentimental gift that I gave her. And then the photo album was like in this design that like really suited her style. Like, once I seen it, I was like, that's so my sister.
Mhm.
So everything just came together perfectly for that. And she absolutely loved it.
Aw,
So that was probably my most favorite gift that I gave this year.
that's good. That's nice.
Yeah, yeah, no, it was cool. But yeah, so it was a good holiday season. I'm looking forward to this new year, but it was a really good holiday season. How about yours?
Um, Mine was good. Christmas Eve
Okay.
was definitely more of the holiday for me this year.
Mm.
So thankfully it fell on a Sunday. So I don't know what's gonna happen next year, but um
Why you say that?
well, just because, like, when it's, like, in the middle of, like, the week, it makes it harder
Mhm.
because, like, normally you work on Christmas Eve, or in my case, like, I work Christmas Eve, I just have the day off, so
I
if
do
it
too.
doesn't fall on, like, a weekend, it gets a little
Mhm.
weird,
Gotcha.
but so thankfully this year it was on a weekend, so, I was off, and this was actually the first time that my boyfriend's ever been off on Christmas Eve because,
Mm.
you know what he does for a living, and
Right,
he just
right.
goes crazy for holidays. So it was nice that he was actually, not working on Christmas Eve for once.
Aw, that's
Um,
so cute.
yeah. So, both of our moms came over. We had his daughter, and we kind of just had like a nice little family gathering. I cooked my ass off for
Of
hours
course.
from like,
Of
I don't know, like
course.
8 a.m. No, like 7 a.m. to like 2.
No
And
prime rib this time, was there?
so I did make a rib roast.
Okay.
And it was a lot smaller than the one I had gotten before because I didn't like order it. I just like found one that was like at the store.
Less
10
expensive.
times cheaper than what it was for Thanksgiving. So like what the fuck? Instead of like $16 a pound, it was only like 5.
Probably less common of an option, so they're like, "We'll cut the price down right now, but we know people love this for Thanksgiving."
Which is but I always thought it was like a Christmas thing though. So I'm just all types of confused. But I found one actually for a really good price. However, the one for Thanksgiving I cooked like amazing. It was delicious.
Mhm.
This one, I didn't
Uh-oh.
necessarily keep it in there long enough because it was
Oh.
smaller. It was only like 2 pounds instead of 4 pounds, so I did it for half the time, and it's still, like, barely cooked,
Oh
and
gosh.
by the time that, like, we, like, cut it open and stuff, like, it just wasn't worth it, so I actually just cooked it the other day for dinner instead.
Oh, well, hey, at least you were still able to eat it.
I was, but it was like that day, we already had so much other food, and I just didn't wanna spend more time having to, like, cook, so,
Mhm.
um, I just saved it for a better day.
Save it for a rainy day.
But, I'm so disappointed with that, but anyways, so yeah, so I cooked majority of the meals, my mom brought something, his mom brought some stuff, and we just had, like, a nice meal and whatever,
Mhm.
and it always stinks that, we don't really ever spend too much time together because, we live kind of far from people, and
Yeah.
our moms don't like to drive in the nighttime, so they wanna leave by, like, a certain hour, and with it being
Mhm.
winter, it gets darker earlier and whatever, so, um,
Right.
they weren't really over for that long, but the time that they were there, it was nice, and based on the previous episode that we had where we did talk about holiday games, and, I
Yes.
think that one was called Jingle Brawl.
Yes.
I was like, "You know what? Amanda has a really good point here." Like, I don't really play games anymore where you guys heard me
Mhm.
talk about we used to always play board games with my family. So I was like, "You know what?" I was like, "I'm gonna go ahead and buy a board game for, like, the good old days." So I was able to
Yes.
find a Parcheesi on
Ooh,
Amazon, um, and we
Parcheesi.
played a few rounds of that, which was kind of nice. So
Everyone played?
well, his mom didn't play,
Mm.
but everyone else pretty much did play, and his daughter
Yeah.
loves it, so I think it's gonna
Oh,
be
about to
like
have
a
a new
new
family tradition.
yeah.
Yes.
I
Look
think
at you
so.
setting traditions.
So, I'm trying to because, like, otherwise it just feels like another day, and it's just kind of like,
Mhm.
what are things I can do that's special and different from any other day? So, like, I've been thinking really hard to come up with stuff. It's been
Yeah.
a little difficult, but I think at least cooking, which is new for me, and
Mhm.
having, like, people come to my place is starting to what I think to be the new tradition because, like, I would always
Nice.
go, like, other places and whatever, but,
Mhm.
things change when people get older and people aren't here
Right.
anymore and stuff like that, so it's kind of interesting to just see how things are, like, changing.
Yeah. That's
Um,
really neat. I like that. But then
yeah,
it's like a sign of getting old.
it is, which
It's
is
like
also very weird.
twofold. Yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah. But overall, it was really nice, and I was like super stressed out about like no kids watch this, so about being the whole like Santa Claus and like all this kind
Mhm.
of stuff, and like making sure you have everything, and
Mhm.
just like all of the things. So like I was super stressed out about all of
Oh my
that, and
gosh.
then cooking all day, I was like super tired. And then Christmas Day, comes and we um we didn't really do much. We opened up presents and stuff in the morning and then we
Mhm.
had to bring his daughter back. So that was, majority of our morning and then for the rest of the afternoon we kind of just like chilled, but I was
Nice.
so fucking exhausted from the day before and just the weekend in general. Like I took the largest nap
Oh
that like
gosh,
I
sounds like
have ever
Jamaica all
taken.
over again.
Shut up. I didn't even think about that. Don't you're never gonna let me live that down, are you?
Hell no.
Oh,
Are you
man.
kidding me? This chick goes on vacation and go to sleep.
Listen, I don't know. I'm just old, okay? But I was just so damn tired. And I'm like, I was so mad at myself because I'm like, bitch, I was like, it is Christmas and you're sitting here
Taking a
sleeping
nap like a 70-year-old lady.
for like hours. Like I was so gone. And then
Oh my
it just felt
gosh.
like another day after that because I'm like, what do we, like I don't really know like what to do. So
Right.
we just kind of like, did our normal like things or whatever.
Mhm.
And because we both had to work the next day, so it's like,
Right.
could only
The
do so
You're
much.
limited, exactly, that's funny. I did
Yeah.
hear a lot of people say this year, though, that Christmas just felt like another day, it didn't feel like Christmas, and,
Mm,
I think a part of it too is, like, there's no snow, there's none of that, like, outdoor factor, people still put up lights and, decorations, but
mhm.
I think sometimes too, just being able to, at least for this region of the country,
Yeah.
being able to add snow and having that outside, I think that adds to the whole, like, Christmassy vibe, but,
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I'm absolutely fine without it, so,
Yeah, same, definitely. I don't wanna
you
have to
know?
drive in that shit.
Yeah, but it did end
Hey.
up getting it's just kind of another day vibe, but
Yeah,
I don't know if it just comes with time and being older and being adults
I
or
think so.
just the way also the world changes and how that can impact things because it does turn into a very like retail-y kind of time. So it's
Mhm.
just like getting more focus on buying, buying, buying and not so much really just being present in the moment, especially with family and friends.
Yeah, no, definitely. So you know how my mom is. Um,
Girl.
and
Is a
she just gives
girl.
me so much anxiety when she comes because she always brings all of the things. And I'm like,
Oh gosh.
Mom, I just want
Oh.
you. Like, I had this conversation with her on Christmas or Christmas Eve.
Mhm.
I was like, "Mom," I was like, "I just want you." I was like, "I appreciate all of the things for the most part,
Right.
but, like, I don't want all of the things. Like,
She said for
please,
the most part.
I don't want the clutter, I don't want the mess, I don't wanna have to think or
Right.
figure out where to put this, like, just bring yourself." Because, like, we kind of agreed that,
Right.
like, we weren't really gonna do, like, gifts or anything like that,
Mhm.
because we don't really need anything, and if I
Right.
do, I will tell her, but it's nothing, crazy or
Crazy.
major. But no, she just doesn't listen. So I'm just like freaking out the whole time she's here and bringing out all these bags and stuff like
Oh
that. And I'm
my
like, Mom, like, oh my God,
gosh.
just please, like, just go sit on the couch and just like
Oh my gosh. I can
relax
just
and
picture
enjoy
her
your time.
lugging a bunch of things.
Oh my God, you have no idea.
Ah.
No idea. So,
Ooh.
in addition to all of like just the Christmas stress, I was
Yes.
so stressed out from from all of that. And then I was so tired. So I just really need to say that I am forever grateful for Magic Mind because that next day after Christmas, taking my Magic Mind
Ooh,
was such
rejuvenation.
it was. It was such
Yeah.
a help. And this point, I'm going to need your help in saying the specific ingredient
Oh,
that is
yes,
within
yes,
Magic
yes,
Mind.
yes,
That has definitely
yes,
helped with the way that I've been feeling throughout this holiday season. So go ahead.
yes, the rhodiola rosea.
Oh, and I want you to say that one more time for us. What is it?
Rhodi Rhodiola rosea. Yes, the rhodiola rosea. That helps out with your with being less fatigued, being less anxious. So that is a key ingredient that I'm sure that had triggered a response in your body.
Definitely did.
Oh
Oh
my
man.
goodness. Yeah, no, that's key to have, and just being put onto such a lovely product, especially during these holiday times, because not only just being tired from that next day, but especially if you're traveling,
Mhm.
and not just even holiday travel, but if you're someone who has to commute a lot like Cassie does, that definitely is something that will be able to help you get through your day and being able to get to your destination safely, because that is most important.
Yes, definitely.
Heck yeah. So you guys can definitely go ahead and check out this product. Only this January, they'll help you to crush your 2024 New Year's fully focused resolutions. So you definitely want to check that out there. And you'll get 1 month for free. And when you're subscribing for 3 months at magicmind.com/Jan, Mindset Talks Pod. So that's Jan like in January, Mindset Talks Pod. Don't you forget it. Ooh, Lord child, I can't even talk. And with our code Mindset Talks 20, you'll also be able to get an extra 20% off, which will actually get you a 75% off. So
Awesome. We
nothing
love
but
it.
savings, nothing but savings. So this will only last until the end of January. So y'all, please make sure to hurry up and get this before it ends. You definitely don't want to miss out. You'll definitely be able to benefit from this product. Give it a try, see how it goes for you. We know everybody responds differently, but so far the general consensus is that it's working out well.
Yes, and if you guys do order it and you do try it, please make sure you write into us and let us know because we would love to hear it from you.
Absolutely. I do want to just touch back real quick on Christmas. I do recall you having some gifts that were behind you while we
Ooh,
were
girl.
recording.
I missed the whole important part
Dude, she's so
about my
excited she
Christmas.
can't even talk. She can't even talk. Tell us now.
Oh, I really can't. So my man, right? He knows that I like Michael Kors. And I think I mentioned this in the episode, I don't remember. But I was expecting to get a Michael Kors bag because he got me a bag a few years ago that I use to go to work every day,
Mhm.
and it's, like, the only bag I've used every single day for the past, like, I don't know, 3 years maybe.
Oh gosh, okay.
So I'm like, I really need a new bag, but I didn't know, like, what I wanted to get and blah, blah, blah. So
Mhm.
I unwrap these boxes, and I get 2 Michael Kors boxes, and I'm like, "Oh, I get 2 of
Two.
them." I was like,
Right. Not
"Okay."
just one, but two. Listen, one, two. So tell us,
But
what
then
were in
I
those two
opened them,
boxes?
and they were heel boots,
Oh,
which I also needed because I wear
okay.
the same pair that he got me about 2 years ago to work every single day. And those things are pretty tore up, so he's like, "You know what?
He's
I'm
seen
gonna
it.
get this bitch 2 pairs of heels so that way, hopefully, she won't just wear 1 pair over and
Oh
over
my
again, and we'll
gosh.
be able to switch them off." So I got a nice brown pair and got a nice black pair. So,
Yes, we're gonna need you to share this so we can all see these boots because
yes,
I'm
they're
sure
so
they're cute
nice.
as hell.
They are. They're tight as fuck.
Well,
But I'm
you gotta wear
hoping
them in.
yeah, I'm hoping that'll
Yeah.
help because that Michael Kors leather ain't no joke.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh,
Yeah.
damn. So no purse.
So, no Michael Kors purse, but
Oh, this
then I
is getting
have
better.
2 other large boxes.
Right, because you have mad boxes back there.
I did indeed.
Look at
Um,
her, y'all, for y'all who can't see, she is cheesing hard as hell. She was like, "Yes."
yes, I was just so excited and, like, I never know what I want, but, like, if I tell him
Mhm.
something, he'll just, like, turn it into something, and I never not like something that he's gotten me, so,
It works out
yeah,
perfect.
we're just here for it. Um, and so there's this company that he discovered I don't know, a little while ago called Tote and Carry.
Mhm.
They make some really nice luggage bags. It's
Okay.
bags that we have that we go whenever we travel somewhere. They're super nice. They're leather. They're very durable and stuff like that. But I didn't
Mhm.
know that they make more than just like luggage. So,
Mm.
he actually got me 2 purses from, Tote and Carry, which are really nice. He got me a brown one and then
Okay.
kind of like a grayish purpley color.
Oh, that's
Um,
interesting. I need to see that.
yeah, so well, to me, it looks kinda purple, but I guess it's kinda more gray. It depends on, like, how you
Mhm.
look at it.
The lighting. The
Yeah.
lighting. Mhm.
So I now I have 2 bags because, again,
2
like I was
bags of
telling
2
you, I've
boots.
been wearing the same bag that I bring to
Right.
work for, like, way longer than I've had those other boots, so you can only imagine what this bag looks like.
Listen, he knows you appreciate your stuff and use the shit out of it, so that is key.
He
So,
does.
of course, your man has no problem with getting you some new boots and a new bag or a couple bags, excuse me. So, I gotta see pictures. Like, patient. I'm gonna patiently wait for some pictures because this stuff sounds so cute, and your excitement around it, just for me, is like, yeah, it's definitely cute because I'm pretty sure you would not put that much excitement around something that you got that you don't actually like.
No, I don't think so. But also, like, I just love when he, like, buys me things. That sounds weird.
It doesn't. It does not. You can
Oh,
say
man.
that and not sound like someone who's like materialistic or whatever someone would be classified as. Like you can say that and it be a perfectly fine statement and you cannot be judged in a negative way about that.
I mean, I hope so because he definitely calls me bougie all the time, so I don't know. But I am just extremely grateful for them and stuff because obviously he doesn't have to do anything, and I've just again, going back to a previous conversation that we've had in the past, like,
Yeah,
I just like where I am in life right now, so, I'm just
right. I mean,
enjoying
apparently he's bougie because he the one who got it for you, but I ain't gonna say nothing else on that.
true.
Excuse me.
But the funny part is that so he got me 2 shoes and I got him 2 shoes too, so
Oh wow,
it was
y'all
kind
just
of
in
like
each
a
other's
nice
minds.
little, like, trade-off.
Right, because you were concerned about, oh, did I get him enough things? And
I still don't think that I did because 'cause I'm getting more stuff that just hasn't arrived yet. Um
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, I
Girl,
know.
let him shower you. Everything does not have to be a fairly equal scale.
That's true, but I'm really bad with that kind of stuff. I'm like, "Oh," like well, and going back to my mom, right? You know where I come from. My mom loves all of the
Mhm.
things, and so that's kind of just, like, something that I can't shake, is that, like, I just feel like I need to give all of the things,
Right,
you know?
because it's been given to you and that's how you've been raised.
Yeah. So, it's definitely, challenging, but, you know,
I'm sure you'll make through just fine.
I think so too, but he normally says I'm, like, a horrible gift giver, but I think that I actually did really good this Christmas because not only did I
Mm,
get, like, the shoes that he wanted, which, bleh, it's like a buy you video game kind of a thing,
right.
um but I bought him a drone that he's been wanting, like, a drone for, like, a long time, and
Mhm.
he was, like, opening it, and he was like, "You got me a drone?" He was like, "This might actually be the coolest gift that you've ever gotten me." And I was like, "Oh."
Aw.
I was like, "See?
She
I
said,
know I
"I
had it
did
in
that.
me."
I did that." That's because you're paying attention, and that's what's perfect.
'Cause he's always making fun of me about how awful I am, so I'm like, "You know what? You better give me my shine when I
Oh my
deserve it."
gosh. Well, I don't know if it's in his manual, but make sure to tell him that there are areas that are considered as no-fly zones, so he wants to pay attention to that so he doesn't fly his drone in places where he shouldn't.
That is, good to know, although I can't imagine we would do it anywhere crazy, but I guess you never know.
Yeah, there's just certain radiuses within airports that you have to be careful of
Oh,
in certain areas.
do you have one?
Yeah, my man has a drone, and we also
Oh.
live right next to an airport.
Oh. Well, there you go, and that's why you need to know.
Just sharing off experience.
Oh, man.
Nothing bad happened. Like he knew before flying it, but yeah,
Okay.
I just don't know if that's something that comes in the manual or not because I don't fly the drone. I usually just walk the baby when he flies the drone. Get some
Oh,
laps
man.
in. So yeah, and then all of a sudden there's this like this drone hovering over me, and I'm like, "You're so annoying."
Oh god. The one that he has though, like, how does the camera work? Is there, like, an app or is it, like, on the controller?
We actually have another phone that we don't use, so he uses that for the camera.
Oh, okay.
So there's like a setup, like the phone goes into like a handle setup.
Mhm.
So it's like holding a controller, but it's the screen of the phone.
Gotcha.
So oh gosh, I just hit the mic, my bad. So he's able to just hold it like he's holding a game controller. It makes you
Mhm.
think of like a Nintendo DS or something like that, where it's like a
Yeah.
whole screen and the handles on the outside.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's just what he does. He just holds it that way and it just gives him the whole view, which is pretty cool.
Interesting.
So, I mean, he's gotten some pretty good angles on it. Like we've gone to like parks and like one of the local places we'll go to is a school that isn't far from here
Mhm.
because we have to like go around like 15 minutes away from where we're at because pretty much everything around here is a no-fly zone. So
Oh
we have to
god.
like actually travel to go
Mhm.
fly it. So that's kind of an inconvenience, but
Mhm.
we make do.
Yeah. Oh,
Mhm.
interesting. Alright. Well, I'm excited to, like, I don't know, see how this
He's
thing
gonna have
works.
fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
I think
It's
so.
really interesting, and then especially too to be able to catch a bird's eye view of things that you typically don't see,
Mhm.
mainly because we're driving or just because of how high you can get the drone and how far you can see, and it's like, "Oh, damn, I didn't realize there's that over there," like, seeing houses that are like people be
Oh.
having those houses in the hidden woods and all that
Yeah.
stuff, so, yeah, it's pretty neat.
Interesting.
Mhm. Yes, girl. You know, it's actually funny because, I was talking with him about our word of the year,
Mhm.
and I've been giving him hints that he should have a word of the year.
Okay.
Um, being the girlfriend that I am, just finding some ways on how he can be a better person and also allow me to complain less about things.
Oh god.
And he's a great person already, so I'm not saying that he's not a great person, but as a woman, sometimes we just want our men to do certain things differently. So I just figure I would suggest he focus on a word of the year, and that way it benefits the both of us.
Oh god.
So he was pretty annoyed by me. So then I was like, "Oh, well, instead of this word, maybe you should use this word." And he was like, "Oh, you can have more than one word." I'm like, "No, we usually just pick one, but you can have two."
Oh my god.
But I said to him, I think for this year, my word is going to be disciplined.
Okay.
And I can apply it into many different areas of my life, right?
Mhm.
So that was one of the things I talked about in the previous episode is picking a word that I can really apply to more than one aspect of my life so it could maybe be a little bit more attainable.
Yeah.
So, I can definitely see it becoming a thing for like my health and fitness, like discipline. I'm already kind of starting on that now, so I'm
Mhm.
excited for that. But even just like with just like my job and just wanting to be more, I guess, like lenient in life and but having to do certain things. So like I want to be more lenient in life and take more vacations, but
Mhm.
I have to be disciplined in other areas to be able to get there. And I'm not just speaking only on like finances and like structuring money, but just like where am I getting that money from?
Mhm.
So I think that is going to be my word for this year is disciplined.
Awesome. I think
Mm,
that's a good one for you. I think that kind of makes
thank you.
sense.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. And then I'll be able to find something for myself maybe. And then that way
Yeah,
I
hopefully.
will say I can end 2024 feeling like I have a big accomplishment just for myself,
Yeah.
as I also previously stated. So,
Well, and hopefully with that word, you'll be able to cross off all those things that are lingering on your to-do lists over there.
yeah, I think I definitely will. I'm going to
I
speak it
hope
into
so.
existence.
I really hope so because, you might need
you
some
know,
magic mind for that,
yeah, yeah,
overwhelming to-do
we're
list.
going to stay disciplined with the magic mind and complete my to-do list. And that's list plural, people. It's just more
Yeah,
than one list.
that it is. Mhm. It's just gross.
I feel ashamed. Anyways, what's your word?
Um, so I'm still a little unsure about it. So I'm
Mm,
hoping that like maybe you would agree or like help me.
okay.
There's 3 words I guess that like I've kind of been like throwing
Ooh,
around.
I'm getting excited.
So one of them kind of goes hand in hand with the word that I just had for last year, which
Okay.
was intentional.
Mhm.
So I was kind of thinking about the word present,
I
like
like
being
present.
present because,
Yeah.
my mind's not always here.
Mhm.
um, or I was kind of thinking happiness, and not saying that like I'm not happy, but just
Mhm.
like I don't know.
Maintaining,
Yeah, and
like, a
like
certain level.
something like that. And because I'm
Mhm.
always so just like I feel like I'm more just like sad than I am happy, even though I'm
Mhm.
not
Like,
necessarily
depressed
sad.
or yeah.
If that like makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like what you're trying to say is that the emotion that's more drawn out of you would be sadness over happiness. So you're looking to kind of have like a baseline level of happiness across many different aspects of life
Yeah.
and like maintain that baseline at least and not let the sadness come in and creep over.
Yeah, I would say that because I do just feel like I'm always just like kind of going with like the whole like serious vibe and just very just like,
Girl.
mundane and like whatever. Um so I don't know. I was kind of like brushing upon like that one.
Okay.
But then the last one that I kind of came across when I
This
was
is
like
some good
looking at
options.
when I was looking at a list is, and it might sound kind of weird, but believe. So I have a very negative thought process, and I always think the worst of like literally every situation in my life. And so I'm really looking forward to 2024 as being a very good year.
Mhm.
There's a few things that like I want out of life,
Mhm.
and my negativity always seems just kind of like
Take over.
take over,
Yeah.
which I don't think helps me get these things that I want, right? So I was kind of thinking like believe might be a good one.
Damn, bitch, you picked mad good words. Believe
So,
happy present.
yeah.
Believe present happy. Present happy believe. Man.
Sorry, y'all. That just really had me. Oh,
You
you sitting here sounding like a damn
like a poet.
I don't know.
Girl,
That was weird.
I don't know. So
I don't know
I
either.
can I can see how all of these words can apply.
Mm.
And I'm just trying to think of the word that could cover the most because I feel like those all can cross and mix a little bit. A
I think
little.
so too. Like I think
Um,
believe can certainly cover happiness.
mhm.
Um,
Yeah, but believe can also cover present because you're being present and you're just believing in what is current and you're not busy thinking about again, I just mix believe and present. Damn. Can we get like a 30-day trial? Because
I might have to. I don't know.
I think I would for you, I think I would pick present. Oh gosh, but it's between believe and present. I'm gonna say that because
Yeah, I don't know.
present will also eliminate the negativity. And if you're enjoying where you are right now, you're not thinking about yesterday or 10
Mm,
years ago or 5 years from now.
mhm.
It's present. And if you're actually focused on the present moment and it's a good moment that allows you to be happy. Um, but believe,
I don't know, that's the one
damn.
I'm kind of leaning towards the most is believe.
I think we're gonna have to pick believe for you because you believe for others, but you don't believe for yourself. And
Facts. That was deep. Well, I felt that was deep
it was, I felt it.
because that's facts.
It came to my mind and I was like, I have to say this. But you
Aw,
do.
shit.
And I think that would be
Mhm.
the most um effective word to choose to like really see a result at the end of the year.
This bitch is really about to just kinda, like, make a little
Oh no. No. Girl, I ain't trying to take you there. You know I ain't trying to take you there. But yeah, I'm gonna go with believe. I believe is the word for you. I know
You
it is. I
can't.
just know it is. And I honestly, you got me all excited now. I really look forward to what that's going to bring because like you said, you do tend to be like more the serious one when you're literally fun as hell. But you just be like shying away from that side of your life. So I think believe like you need to start believing that's you again. And I think
Mhm,
that it's going to make an immense difference.
mhm.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm so excited. I'm so
Oh, man, I
excited,
think I'm gonna
y'all.
end this conversation right here before I get a little too,
My baby gotta believe.
oh my god. Alright, y'all.
Y'all, make sure you just continue to tune in. Drop in your word of the year to us because we would like to know what y'all are focusing on as well. And nothing like a village and a community where we're all kind of, focusing on being better for the year, being present, believing, being disciplined, happy. It all leads to a bunch of goodness when we all focus on those things. So definitely drop your words of the year in here, your 2024 word of the year. We'll
Yes.
definitely look forward to seeing that. But before I wrap it up, Miss Cassie, you got any gems? Wow. Got me all worked up this episode.
Oh gosh. No, I don't think that there's anything left to say.
Okay. All right. Well, y'all, you know how we do. Until next time.
Bye, guys.